Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 49 of Weird Mind Newsroom, where this week, of course, we're diving into a fair few new releases, a couple of small handful of trailers, and a small handful of news stories. So let's not waste too much of our time, and let me get into discussing about all the media that I have to gather for you this week.
Do I look like I need your power?
So we shall serve up the newest release for this week, and the first one, and that is the biggest film from this week, as we're hitting the course for a film about relationships, drama, and a lot of grunting. As we have the newest sports drama from Luca Guadagnino with Challengers. Now the film follows the story of Tashi, a once former tennis pro who after a bad injury has turned herself to becoming a coach for her husband Art, from a simple college player to a professional pro, and after a string of bad performances and losses, she signs him up for a Challengers event of playing against some lower level players in the tournament. Tensions will soon run high when they soon find themselves standing across the net from Patrick, Art's former friend and Tashi's old partner, and will bring back a back and forth tale of friendships, secrets, and love triangles. Now, the reception of this film has been very well received from critics for praise towards the main trio leads, the cinematography, score, story, and being one of the best reviewed sports films and one of the best reviewed movies of this year. I have also seen the likes of some opinions online from I.S.S is a little bit more divided kind of thing, but everyone has their own opinions and stuff like that. Apparently a lot of things mainly with endings or something like that. I haven't seen it yet, but I might give it a look. And you can check it out yourself if you want to give it a fair match. You can check this film out now in cinemas. And there's one film that I'm going to skip over because I don't know if I can say the name of this movie just because there's a particular word in that title. But we shall head above the Earth's surface for the next movie and into the vast galaxy for a new thriller with a bit of a twist and tension as we have the new film of I.S.S. Now the film is set aboard the International Space Station where tensions begin to flare in the near future aboard the station when a worldwide conflict breaks out on the planet below. Soon the United States and Russia astronauts will receive orders from their ground below that are different countries of them, mainly with one mission: to take control of the station by any means necessary. Now reception on this film has been a little bit more mixed, with some positives to praise towards the cast and the concept, though some say it's a bit more of a formulaic approach, and as well as the case of some mixed opinions towards the end of the movie. But if you're looking for a film with a bit of stakes above the Earth's surface, you can catch the new film now in cinemas. And the final film for this week is time for a bit of a crazy bloodbath to show its presence, as we have an all-new, all-out action film with the aptly titled movie of Boy Kills World. The film will follow Boy, a mayhem machine who's been trained to assassinate the bloodthirsty Hilda van der Kooi and avenge the murder of his family. Guided by the spirit of his mischievous sister, Boy will soon uncover one stunning revelation after another as he barrels towards Hilda and seek his redemption. Now, reception of this film has been a fair bit decent, with a little bit mixed, with praise towards the main lead performance by Bill Skarsgård helps to elevate the film from the generic plot and the thinly written characters. But if you want something with a bit of a violent tone, then you can catch this new film now in cinemas. Now we shall head over to the TV side of things, as the biggest release in terms of television this week is Return to the World of Fast Blue Hedgehog, and delve into one of his companions that packs more of a punch, as there's a new limited series of Knuckles. Now set between Sonics 2 and 3, we follow one from the adventures of the Echidna warrior who's been having trouble adjusting to his new home on Earth, and soon becomes a mentor for the bumbling deputy of Wade Whipple, to teach him the way of the Echidna warrior on a cross-country journey towards a bowling tournament, while also dealing with some crazed inventors, a few goons, some FBI agents, and all of them trying to take his power. The reception on this series has been very well received for its humor, its heart, and its story, with some critiques that the title character is a kind of secondary character to the human focal point, as well a little bit with the visuals, but, it's have some fun and, it's unique. If you want some more fun with these characters, you can check out this new miniseries now on Paramount Plus. Now for something with a little bit of a supernatural element and a touch of LGBTQ representation, all to the backdrop of a spin-off to the popular Sandman series, as we have a new series aptly titled Dead Boy Detectives. Now this series will follow two teenage boys who are both deceased but are reincarnated as ghosts, who work with the clairvoyant to solve mysteries for the supernatural clientele, until a powerful witch complicates their plans. Their reception on this series has been very well received for its supernatural elements, its concept and theme, and for the representation and humor mixed into it as well. If you want to check in and hire these guys, and you can catch this new series now on Netflix. And on the game side of things, we have an all-new game based on the story from Abubakar Salim, or the voice of Bayek from Origins of Assassin's Creed, as is the new game titled Tales of Kenzera, Zao. Now this game follows a young shaman named Zao, who must capture the spirits of free monsters and offer them to Kalunga, the god of death, in exchange for his father to be revived from the dead as you run, jump, dash, and fight your way through a vast world of visual delight. Now, reception of this game has been well received for its visuals, its story, and how it connects to a personal story from the game's head creator, with some complaints mainly towards the controls and some possible length to it. But if you want a new Metroidvania type game, you can play this new game now on PS5, Series X and S, Switch, and PC. And the last of new releases for this week is focusing on a game that upon its release has been a bit of a big conversation piece on the internet in a bit of a mixed opinion way. And this comes in a new slasher RPG based game of Stellar Blade, initially titled Project Eve. Now, the game is set in a not too distant future where mankind has been expelled from Earth after a losing battle against invaders known as the Natives. You will take control of Eve, a survivor of a paratroop squad from the colony sent back to Earth to fight through powerful enemies with a new comrades and take back the planet for yourselves. Now, reception of this game has been well received from critics for its plot, gameplay, and visuals, with some critiques on the characters in the game being a bit not too kind of developed. Now, it has seen quite a debate on its end. It has seen the brunt of some elements of the ancient mess that was Gamergate. It had to do with a lot of discussion about the element of the characters' boobies, or a bit of her behind, due to some bits on the cosmetics and some random stuff, but I may delve into it more in a later video, of course. But if you want something new and want to try it out for yourself, you can play this new game now on PS5. And with all of that now, that's all the new releases that we have for this week.
Now I turn around and find I am lost in the woods.
Now, it's quite a bit of a slow news week this week in terms of trailers, but our first of the two from this week will be seeing the upcoming return of everyone's favorite fourth wall breaking merc with a mouth that cannot die, teaming up with a man with the adamantium claws, as we've received a new trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, we get a bit more of a base of the plot, where Deadpool has been out of the game for a bit of time and living a quiet life, but soon word of some of his time travel shenanigans from the previous film gets spread to the form of the TVA, who assigns Deadpool on a mission with a version of Wolverine, kind of a variant, from another world that he failed, and have them on a journey to change the history and future of the MCU for many things. And while they may not get along, they have to work together to do so, or just kill each other in the process. Now, I like the newest trailer that we get to see more of Logan in action in this one, as you only got really a glimpse of him in the previous trailer, the very end, where Deadpool gets thrown through a banner and slammed against the remnants of the 20th Century Fox logo, and we just see his shadow and then his claws kind of thing. But at least I'm glad to see that we get to see a bit more of him in this trailer. I'm excited for this kind of thing, and it is noticeably a case that they have been keeping things very vague with this movie, which I love to see, because sometimes a lot of trailers, now and again, you see things get overlooked or just kind of mixed about, but at least kind of things are keeping it vague for the moment. But I look forward to checking this all out when this film releases in the cinemas on the 26th of July. And the second and last trailer for this week, which of course I mentioned is a bit of a slow week, but the only other option I think I seen was a trailer for a remaster of a 20-year-old game that visually looks stunning, I will say, is delving us into the deep, dense woods of my home country and going from the one Shyamalan to another for a new, mysterious, and creepy tale, as we have the newest trailer for The Watchers. Now, this film will follow Mina, a 28-year-old artist who gets herself lost and stranded in the expansive, untouched forest of Western Ireland. And upon finding shelter, will find herself trapped alongside three strangers who are all watching the stalk of mysterious creatures every night while they're trapped in this ginormous kind of built brick box kind of thing. Now, I like this form of a supernatural tone, and glad to see my home country getting a bit more of a different look to it than its usual tone this film's made here, which, not saying it's all the time, but a lot of time it's usually involving drugs, Gardy, kind of a bit of the odd bunch kind of thing. There's different people kind of aesthetic, they kind of make it look like this is our type of stuff. And the most other things we've seen has been some rom-coms, we've seen supernaturals, and we've seen some horrors, which I might delve into a few now and again. I think one of them was for the critic video's choice, might do for that one. But it does look very interesting, and I will check this film out when it releases just a little over a month's time on June 14th. Now, with all that, that's the trailers that we have for this week.
That's what she said.
So we got about 3 stories this week, and the first one is with a discussion of a bit of some casting news of the announcement of a new take on a popular series from about a decade ago. Now, if you've been a part of the entertainment culture of the last few years, then you will know that one of the most popular series on television for streaming is in the form of the series of the US version of The Office, where it was focused on a fictional paper company of Dunder Mifflin and followed the misadventures of the workers in the office from the characters like Jim, Pam, Dwight, Michael Scott, and many other characters in that office. The series proved to be a success that spawned from a successful UK version from Ricky Gervais and saw a long-lasting series around 9 seasons, ending in a well-liked finale back in 2014. Now, since then there have been many discussions similar to the popular series that will play 24/7 on one TV channel that was probably funny back then, but now it's going to get a bit graining, which is the series of Friends, with the likes of a reboot or a revival of the series, and things were in talks with a bit of a mixed response. But now it seems to be maybe happening that they may be seeing some new faces join the workplace. And the basis from what I've noticed is it's set in the same universe as the US version, but will not be in the same company, but rather either a different brand or branch of Dunder Mifflin. We do know who 2 of the cast will be in this project, as according to the Hollywood Reporter, we have now confirmation that the Irish actor Domhnall Gleeson and actress Sabrina Incapatori has been cast in a new reboot spin-off for this Office series. Now, it is unclear if we'll see this crossover to the original series or see some of the original cast from the US version appear, like Dwight, Pam, Angela Phillips, and who else might be there as a part of this cast, but I'm sure we'll learn more about this project over time as they start entering into production and stuff. I'll release this sometime soon, but once I do hear anything, I will update in a later video. But what are your thoughts on an Office reboot, and do you think it's a good idea of a new cast, or would you rather have the old crew mixed in there as well in some capacity? Let me know what you think the thoughts are about this down below in the comments. And the next story from this week was one that came onto my radar just before I started recording this piece, or writing this piece in particular, in relation to bringing a new interpretation of a brand or product. Now, as you may know, a lot of companies have started to dip their toes into the world of film franchising, with the likes of Hasbro and Mattel coming along and deciding that they want some of those big bucks that the likes of the superheroes and space operas have been getting as of lately. Now, following on from the massive success of last year's movie Barbie, it seems that Hasbro is looking to revive a classic for a new generation of entertainment, as it was announced that they will be giving a new in-universe spin-offs and new remake of the popular game of Clue, or Cluedo as it's known. It has been confirmed by Variety that Hasbro has been looking to make a new film and some spin-off titles based on the popular whodunit board game about deception, death, a killer, and many other ideals. Now, it is not the first time we've seen the likes of an adaptation of the game, as there is, of course, the cult classic version from the mid-80s that starred the likes of Eileen Brennan, Christopher Lloyd, and Tim Curry, just to name a few, that has stood the test of time. Now, it would be worth to see how they can provide the appeal, given the likes of the whodunit genre has become a lot more lively in recent memory, with the likes of the Poirot trilogy from Kenneth Branagh, as well as, of course, the Knives Out series, with the third one that on the way sometime soon, being examples of such built upon projects. So it will be intriguing to see if this all involved in the project, as it might be worth a watch. It could be like to just make it like the most recent version where everyone wants to bang all the new characters, but who knows, because I mean, have you seen this box? Everyone wants to fuck everyone in that box. But I guess we'll have to see how this adaptation will unfold over time. It's a mystery, I will say. I'm sorry for that pun. But what are your thoughts on this project, and do you see a new adaptation of the mystery board game doing well in the long term? Let me know what you think of it all down below in the comments, and let's discuss it there. And now the final story of this week is actually in relation of an update to a story I brought you last week, which of course was the YouTube drama story that I talked about, which was on their YouTube channel of Watcher. Now, to give a little bit brief recap on the news story, Watcher was a channel created by a group of former employees of BuzzFeed that were probably the most liked creators in the company, that were the likes of Worth It and BuzzFeed.sol. They then started this channel where they would continue that form of content with the likes of Ghost Hunt, Worth a Shot, Puppet History, Podcast, and Mystery Files, to name a few, and shown with great success and revenue. Then at the end of last week, they announced that they were leaving YouTube and that they would be starting a streaming service solely on their content, and the reactions were not so great, with many issues stemming of starting another subscription service in a time where everything is expensive and there's too many streaming services out there to keep track of, not to mention about their other revenue of doing well with YouTube and Patreon. Many wondered if they would respond to all the backlash or just basically ignore it. Well, it did not take long, as on Monday of this week they released a response video to the whole ordeal. It was about a 4-minute video, and it seems to have done something most apology videos on YouTube don't really do. I don't need to take out my ukulele for this, I'm not going to do a Colleen Ballinger version here, but they actually said they were sorry and took accountability. You don't really see that much on YouTube apology videos, and they respond to all of this. Now, it is a case that they whole backlash that they cleared up and made some changes to the situation, as a bit of more of a positive opinion shifted back in their favor by announcing that they will release the content first on their website and then be there for the first month before that content becomes released onto YouTube for free. They've also acknowledged that they will offer full refunds to anyone that has joined a service that wish to cancel or feels unsure about it, and no issues or problems. And that they've also talked on likes of their Patreon numbers, as well as that if they have become part of the Patreon, they will receive a code for a free subscription to that service as well. Which I gotta say, that's a good thing. I think you don't really see that much with a lot of these these channels. Like, it's like a case. I was expecting it was going to be near like the Fine Brothers years ago, where like they looked like they got really mad because they wanted to copyright the word react, but I don't know. They just delved into the basis and explained things more clear as their reason for making the service, and it was not over long, but it got straight to the point and it got turned out well in the end. Now, in my opinion, I can see that they were caught up in maybe this being a bit of a higher up company making this a thing and not seeing the issue, but it is appreciative that they took responsibility, acknowledging that they missed some points in hindsight and that they make mistakes. Now, I do hope they will learn from this and learn to improve themselves over time, and I appreciate that they at least were willing to fix the mistake themselves made. But what are your thoughts on this whole Watcher drama? And do you think that they have made some amends, or do you still think this is a complete mess and turning away from their content? Or do you see they've made saved their channel? Let me know what you think of all this down below in the comments, and with all that, that's all the news stories that we have for this week.
Hello down there! I say hello down there!
Now, with all of that, that brings us to the end of another episode of Weird Light Newsroom, and I hope you enjoyed listening to my ramblings for a little bit of time. So just a little bit of some updates in the process. I have recorded 2 reviews at the moment. I've got the Aquaman 2 review just recorded. I've started editing there yesterday. I'm going to get onto it, hopefully start the next day or 2. Probably out of this one. And I've also recorded the Has-Been Hotel review. I might do a little gimmick of putting the radio voice on it. I'm just going to try it out for that one, but as the next season comes around, I'll just maybe just do it normalized. As well as the case that I'm currently writing up a review for the recent film of Argyle as the next one, and then I'm going to delve into one of the Honest Choice videos. I have a concept maybe about like AI, or one of the videos someone important to me gave to me, but I'm still going to bring up the case that over time I'm going to do a lot more of these Honest Choice videos. So if you want to have your video made, just let me know down in the comments or on my socials. As you can check my socials at the top of the description of my YouTube channel. These aspects anyway, I'm going to see some likes to rewatch if I'm get worked upon. I'm going to get some more added stuff to the reviews and going to get gameplays working. I'm just trying to figure out to connect my consoles to like OBS on this and some other stuff, so at least that's functional. And yeah, there's also a case to add more on the reviews, so I'm going to add the Knuckles series when I watch it now tomorrow, as well as a case of the Civil War movie. I'm going to add that because I seen that there last night. And it's also a case, apologies, I look a bit disheveled. I'm knackered. I've been out all day. I was bowling, I was laser tag, I was watching a nice show, and it was a great show in particular. But anyways, I'm going to leave the episode there for now. And yeah, if you enjoyed my content and want to see more from me, and more frequently hopefully, then like the video and subscribe, as I upload weekly and plan to upload a few more when I can get the chance. Also, let me know your thoughts and everything down below in the comments. If you've seen any of the content here, like what do you think of the new releases if you've seen them, your opinions on the trailers, and discussion about the news and stuff. So I'd love to hear all that stuff as well. And of course, many ideas if you want for like the audience choice and stuff like that, and I'll talk about the other channels. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. I am tired. My body is aching, and I just want to go to bed. So thank you all for watching. You all stay being wonderful people, because you all are wonderful people. Have a great day every day, doing many great things, and keep being you, because no one else can do what you do. And I enjoy seeing everything that you create, and it's all excellent. I know particularly one person with their creative mind with their 3D project is always wonderful to see. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there now. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video for the big 50th Weird Mind episode. So thank you everybody, and goodbye.